Yo, you guys. This is Blacklist of the Abyss, alright? And this is my review for Magi, The Labyrinth of Magic, Chapter 215. And this chapter was kind of stupid, alright? It was just really stupid. Alright, this Alma Toran arc, I was never really thinking it was going to be that good, because when it comes to the important information, the important takeaways to get from Alma Toran, we've pretty much been told most of them already. We just don't know the details of how things became that way. So I knew that when it came to this story, most of it was just going to be either stuff we already know or stuff we don't care about. So I wasn't exactly surprised to not enjoy a chapter, but this was just bad. I mean, this chapter is just not good, and I'll explain why, alright? The first 7 pages, alright? If you include the sense scans credit page in the beginning, it's 8 pages, alright? The first 7, 8 pages, they're just really, like, why? Why? What was the point? Well, I literally could have skipped all those chapters, all those pages, and I wouldn't even have known that I skipped those pages because they had nothing to do with anything. There was just like, we already know, like, Shinobu Otaka, she already told us, alright, that humans, weakest species there, alright? Humans, weakest species there. There's a war. Humans aren't doing too good. They're probably going to lose very, very quickly. Very, very soon. Alright? We already know this. We already know what the situation is for them. Alright? So why are you wasting half the chapter to tell us yet again that the situation's bad? We already know that. So, I get that she's trying to create this scenario where it's just everyone's hopeless. But we're not stupid. We can tell from the last couple chapters that it's a hopeless situation and that they need Solomon to save them. We've already been told that, actually. So why waste 7 pages telling us stuff we already know? It's just, why? I just didn't. Whatever. All right, first 7 pages. Who cares? So let's just forget about them because they're irrelevant. Or not irrelevant, but they might as well be. After that, we see this white thing come down from the sky. Pretty much the same thing that happened in Magna Star, except instead of being black, it's white. So it's like a white medium or white spot, whatever you want to call it. And it turns out that that thing coming down from the sky is Ilah. I think that's how it's pronounced, Ilah. And Ilah is the god of that world, the person who created Amatoran. All right. And that person has never before interfered with the world. All right, with Amatoran, never before. But that being chose now to interfere? Why? Alright? This is where things get even worse, alright? Because Shinobu Otaka, she tries to explain it. But she doesn't do a good, she doesn't explain anything, actually. Alright? She has Aladdin say that Ilah decided that one species should have overwhelming power and be the species to unite the world, alright? And in order to do that, the one species that he or she or it chose were the humans, even though they were the weakest species there. That makes no sense. Why would you do that? Sinbad wanted to know too, like why choose the weakest spirit, the weakest species? That doesn't make sense. You know what the answer was? I don't know. That's what the answer was. I don't know. Shinobu Otaka doesn't even know what she's doing right now. She really doesn't. She's having things happen, but she doesn't know why she's having things happen. She had Aladdin try to explain, but it didn't make any sense. It was like, I don't even remember. It was just really stupid. Like, she had Aladdin say, oh, well, you know, people usually don't understand what thoughts are going through a god's head. They don't usually understand what a god is thinking, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so that's the best you come up with? I don't know. And then even after that, she tried to have Aladdin explain it in a different way. That was even worse. It was like it was typical friendship feelings shown in crap. That's exactly what it was. Aladdin said, Ilah thought that humans deserve to be the dominant species because they have friends and they care about their friends and friends are important. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, this is just bad. And it's still not even the worst it got. It got even worse after that, because literally very next half of the page, very same panel, next half of the page, all right? Aladdin said, maybe another reason why Ilah chose humans were because humans would never do cruel things to another species if they got overwhelming power. Have you never met a human? Have you never been to Balbad? Have you never been to Magnestat? Have you never seen a war between Lame and Magnestat and the Co-Empire? Like, humans kill each other. They torture each other. Imagine what they do to another species that's weaker than them. This is simple stuff here. and it's even worse when you give them overwhelming power, because power just gives birth to corruption. This is exactly what we saw in Balbad. Exactly. Alright? Like, this is what we've been seeing throughout the entire series, with all these higher-ups treating the people in the slums like crap and all that. This is exactly what we've been seeing throughout the entire series. Why does Aladdin think that humans wouldn't do something cruel to another species when they do just things that are just as bad to themselves? Like, and guess what happened? Guess what happened? All right, Ilah gave the humans magic, and Al Thaman came to be. All right, so that's exactly what happened. Great job, great job. All right, great job, Ilah. All right. I thought gods were supposed to be smart. Aren't they supposed to be all-knowing? Aren't they capable of having common sense? I mean, this is ridiculous. This chapter is awful, and it's not like it gets better from there. I mean, it doesn't get worse, but it doesn't really get much better. Aladdin keeps talking, you know, blah blah, Solomon blah. All right, it's just Solomon united the world. All right, thank you for telling us what we've known for a very long time. You've told us this like 4 or 5 times already, Aladdin. We know, all right? Solomon united Al-Mataran. King Solomon, ruler of the world. All right, we know this. We know this, all right? Solomon united the world, and we saw a bunch of the jinn celebrate back before they were actually jinn. We saw Ethnon there. We saw this evil-looking person that I'm pretty sure is Gyokuen. We saw Ugo with some woman who also might be Gyokuen, one of those two. I would assume the evil one, not the one that Ugo is supporting, but I would assume that the evil one is Gyokuen, but who knows? Oh, maybe one of them is Aladdin, and something happened. No, who cares, all right? maybe I was going to say maybe one of them is Aladdin, and his body was like changed in some way, shape, or form, like into a small child when he was sent to the place that he was at with Ugo for who knows how long, and Ugo wouldn't let him leave and go to the new world, I guess you could call it, the new world, the world that they're living in right now. But I mean, who cares? I mean, this chapter was just not good, so I'm just like, I just don't even care right now. The way it ended was that Aladdin started talking about how all of this came crashing down and the world ended up being destroyed, which we already know. We already know that. How many times does he need to tell us this? All right, we already know. All right, and the way he says it too, it's like he's about to tell us what happened, then he stops, and instead he says, and after this, the world started to spiral down and things got destroyed and it was awful, and then everyone had to be sent to this world. It was really bad. So now let me tell you about how all that happened. Like, why'd you stop in the first place? You should have just kept going. Like, I don't know. This chapter just was not good. All right, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. I thought it was a bad chapter of Magi. All right, this was bad. It was bad. All the information we got is information we already knew. We've seen the jinn in human form, well, not all human form, because Vinya, Kogyoku, how did I forget her name? She's like my favorite female character in the series. Alright, Gyokuen. Not Gyokuen, Jesus Christ. Kogyoku. Kogyoku's jinn, Vinya. She's not human, alright? Or at least she didn't, she's not human now. She might have used to be human. She might used to have been human. But in this chapter, she wasn't human anymore, so Whether it's always been that case, who knows? But she's not human now. Yeah, I mean, we've seen most of the Jin, not most of them. We saw some new ones like Barbatos, Folklore, you know, Vinia. I said that already. We Zepar. You know, we saw new Jin, but I mean, that's not a big deal. Like, who cares? Who cares? We saw that, and the rest was just like stupidity. Half the chapter was pointless. A fourth of the chapter was just stuff we already knew, plus designs of characters, which, I mean, cool, but who cares? And the other fourth was just stupidity. Aladdin saying stupid crap, gods not knowing what they're talking about, what they're doing. It was just like, it was just a bad chapter of Magi. This was just a bad chapter of Magi. So yeah, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. And that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bad chapter. Imagine if God just came down today and said, you know, oh, all you bugs, all you insects, I'm going to give you the power to unite this world. Like, what? What? Like, we'd be sitting here like, wait, what are you talking about? We're much more capable than them. Like, what are you doing, God? What's up? Talk to me, man. Talk to me. All right, like the weakest species united the world. Like, what? What? It just doesn't make sense.